SMT Nation, we back. Nation, Verizon has been really pushing the issue. Their CEO has been fighting this. He went to the FCC, went to Washington to meet with Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel. There are public entities that are fighting this and pushing back. AT&T and FirstNet getting the 50 megahertz in bandwidth in the 4.9 gigahertz spectrum would be huge for AT&T and FirstNet, but there's a lot of pushback, and it's getting deeper, and it's getting muddier, and it's getting messier. Let's talk about that here in today's video. Link for the article will be provided. This one is from Paul over at datacenterdynamics.com. Link in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video, subscribe if you're new here, and turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. All right, guys, so no surprise, Verizon is obviously pushing back on this. They don't want to see the FCC just gift 50 megahertz of prime midband to AT&T and FirstNet, just gifting it to them, right? Valued at somewhere around $14 billion, it would be a huge boon for the AT&T network. Obviously, preemption and priority goes to FirstNet users, as AT&T won that contract back in 2017, offering those features, that reliable coverage, getting the band 14 to build it for FirstNet. Obviously, this would be huge. And, of course, T-Mobile wouldn't get access to this 4.9 gigahertz. Verizon wouldn't. And, obviously, Verizon serves like half of the first responder community across the country. So, obviously, they have an interest in this, right? So, all that's going on now, along with the questions that Verizon has posed, and they've been pushing this, right? Show us, produce an audit. How much usage on band 14? Do you even need this 4.9 gigahertz, 50 megahertz of bandwidth, right? Now we've got the U.S. Department of Commerce office and their Inspector General raising similar questions about FirstNet, AT&T, and all of this. So basically, what they're saying is that they have doubts, and they've produced reports about just how robust and available band 14 truly is. They're questioning whether or not AT&T has actually built band 14 to its truest potential and made it the most meaningful connection for first responders, right? So they're calling for monitoring. They're calling for more oversight. They're calling for careful distribution of additional bandwidth given these types of circumstances. And it appears like they just want transparency. They're looking at the best interests of the economy, spectral efficiency distribution, programs and operations, prevention of fraud and abuse. And we know, that FirstNet did modify, the requirements for AT&T to finish that band 14 deployment, kind of phase one that finished up last year, I think in 2023. So, police, firefighters, other first responders have access to an even better network than they have right now, right? So what's being done here is they're basically saying the only reason AT&T hit the mark was because, the requirements were loosened by FirstNet in order for them to do it. AT&T, for what it's worth, has said they have continued to densify their network and continue to deploy band 14 radios, saying that they've installed, several hundreds of new cell sites, more to come each year, building additional sites and upgrading and modernizing across their network, offering new use cases and features, and that, the 50 megahertz of bandwidth is required and a necessary component of the future for the public safety, network in FirstNet. So Verizon's pushing back. Now you've got this particular, I don't know, we'll call this another pushback from the U.S. Department of Commerce office. That's a lot of pushback. Hans is meeting with the FCC in Washington, right? Probably flew out on the jet. He was wearing his gaiters, probably put his gaiter down and was said, hold up, wait a minute. Don't just go gifting this to AT&T and FirstNet. There's a lot in this, guys. And I'm still leaning towards AT&T getting this I don't know how much. I don't, man, it's starting to get kind of heavy. What do you guys think about all this? Do you think that now this decreases the likelihood that AT&T gets gifted all this spectrum? What do you think the outcome will be? Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.